All right, you built your new website, you're all excited, and now you're sitting back waiting for all of the traffic to come, right? So all these leads start flooding in and everything else, right? If you build it, they will come. Unfortunately, that really truly is only in the movies. So today what I'd like to cover is a couple of different traffic strategies as it pertains specifically to the Google search engine. Now, I want to let you know that there are dozens upon dozens of other traffic sources other than Google. However, Google really is the big boy in this space. So they have a ton of market share and really can drive a ton of traffic. And candidly, for most new investors, is probably the only traffic source you need to get really started. And there's a couple different traffic strategies with the Google search engine. First of all, you have pay-per-click, and then the next we have what we call SEO. So that's paid traffic versus organic traffic. Now, at first glance, it might just seem like, well, man, I just want to create organic traffic because I don't have to pay Google, and that's totally free. So that's the way to go. But there are pros and cons to both, all right? There really truly are pros and cons to both. But let me give you kind of an example of what we're talking about here. So let's search for We Buy Houses. So we search for We Buy Houses really quick, and I can see that these folks, the big thing I want you to pay attention to right here, you're going to see ad, okay? Ad, ad, ad. All of these folks are paying to be on the first page of Google. Now, they only pay if I click on their ad. So that is known as pay per click. Now, your pay-per-click cost can really vary from market to market, and it also can vary based upon the keywords that you are competing for, okay? So high volume keywords like We Buy Houses, that's a ton of volume. That's actually one of the most dominantly, probably the highest volume searches on Google. You're gonna pay a lot more per click, okay? And your lead cost can be significantly more with your pay-per-click, all right? So, and what I mean by lead cost is you think, oh, well, every time they click, I get a lead. No, that's not necessarily the case. If they click on the ad, they are taken to your website or landing page. I'm going to highly recommend you drive traffic to a pay-per-click friendly landing page that's very specific. But if they click on that, and even if they don't complete the web form, then you still pay for that click, all right? So you could imagine how this could quickly get out of hand if you don't understand ads and conversions and things of that nature, okay? It could quickly get out of hand. There's lots of firms that actually specialize in your really managing your pay-per-click traffic and things like that. They'll just take a percentage of your ad budget and off you go. So for instance, all right, so we go here, startingpointre.com, we click on it, and then bam, it takes them to the landing page. We buy any houses in any condition fast. This is actually my buddy Jeff Garner. You can see back here, he's actually got the bandit sign on wheels stuff. And then we want a fast cash offer, sell your home fast. And so here is a nice little landing page, okay? Now on this landing page, to be pay-per-click friendly, you typically, Google's going to see your phone number, they're going to see about us, and they're going to see typically a physical address so that folks can get a hold of you or call. And you can see that Jeff's done all of that right here, okay? And this is actually an REI Black Book web form actually. So Jeff is an REI Black Book subscriber. So this is what we call pay-per-click, right? So pay-per-click, so let's kind of go back really quick. And again, just kind of recap, Jeff paid money so that whenever people search We Buy Houses on Google, and you can also be very targeted. I want you to understand that too. So he's not necessarily going to show up in Atlanta, Georgia if you say We Buy Houses. I'm actually in St. Louis. Jeff is in St. Louis. So he says, hey, look, if somebody searches in St. Louis, I want my ad to show up. And then he's not driving them to the home page. I want to point that out as well, of startingpointre.com. He's actually driving them to a specific landing page. And the landing page, as you can see, is all about We Buy Houses, right? Want a fast cash offer, sell your home. And he's doing some very specific stuff here, okay? It's very specific to buying houses. Now, if you go to startingpointre.com, so let's do that really quick. I'm actually just going to go to the starting point, his main website, and you'll see that it is different. Okay, totally different, right? Now, you sell my home, stop foreclosure, home listing, sellers, buyers, blog. You know, this is his main website. Okay, it's a lot different than his landing page. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of different options. Okay, there's a lot of different options here that can quickly distract the intended target, right? And if we go back to that landing page, you'll see that that was a lot more specific. We buy houses in any condition fast, and then hey, want a fast cash offer? Here's the call to action. Fill out this daggum web form. Now, that's exactly what Jeff wants them to do, okay? So that is the paid traffic strategies. Now, the difference really between the paid traffic strategies and the organic is if I scroll down here, you're going to start seeing organic folks. They don't have the little ad next to them. You'll see actual Google Maps, by the way. This is a great tip. This is a great tip. Make sure that you go actually add your website, your business. Set up a Google listings, a Google Maps listing, because Google Maps actually starts ranking as even better, faster than some of the other strategies down here. So like what I mean by that is these are all links to businesses as well. You know, Homevestors, We Buy Houses, We Buy Ugly Houses. Now that's actually Homevestors as well. But bottom line is those are more places. So set up your Google Places, I believe is what it's called. These sites are actually, you know, basically Google goes out, and I want you guys to understand this. Google crawls the entire internet all the time, right? And so they call them spiders crawling. Really, at the end of the day, the official terminology is indexing. So Google goes out and indexes your website. So they're going to go read every page on your website, and they're going to start seeing how relevant your website is to the term "we buy houses." And again, they are going to look at it typically local and stuff like that as well, depending upon the term. And you can see here, Core Properties, STL, they rank fasterhouse.com, St. Louis Realty Advisors, handyhomebuyers.com. So you can start seeing that these folks actually are ranking organically. They are not paying. So Core Properties, STL.com, if I actually click on this ad, I'm sorry, not an ad, let me be very, very clear. Let me click on this link. That's going to take them, all right, again, another page. This is Core Properties here in St. Louis. Now, I personal take his here. They're taking them to the home page. That's a mistake. They're ranking really well. They should have some lead capture on here that's more evident and more obvious personally. It's actually my buddy Rob Hyder. So Rob's ranking very, very well. He's done a great job of organically ranking. And here's the whole point of this, guys. His website, he is ranking for We Buy Houses, and he does not have to pay Google for that click. However, there's a downside to this. Is what we call search engine optimization. So we are optimizing our website for the search engines, so that we know that our page is going to rank, and that Google's going to look at our page for whenever the searchers type "we buy houses," right? Now there's downsides to this. It can take weeks, months, like it can take a long time to really rank organically, right? So typically when folks start talking to me about pay-per-click versus SEO, I just want to let them know, it's like, you know, there's pros and cons to both, right? Pay-per-click, I can literally have these ads up in a few minutes and driving traffic extremely quick. However, you're going to be paying for every click. On the opposite side, if I've got a little bit more time and I can actually build my organic traffic, then I can do that, but it is going to take time. Now, the ROI is typically going to be better on your strategy, on the long-term strategy here, because once you can really start ranking, then your cost per lead is going to go down dramatically. All right, your cost per lead will go down dramatically. Now, the real answer is if you can do both of these strategies, and there is a way to do this. And in fact, we talk about this a lot at the boot camp. So we've got a boot camp upcoming in St. Louis here in October. Just go to reibootcamp.com and check that out. But there are really a strategy to be able to use both. And in general, here's what I kind of want to let you know. What we typically recommend is you start with actually pay-per-click. You know, if the budget allows you to do so, start with pay-per-click to figure out which keywords are converting to deals. Okay, so which keywords are converting to deals. And then once you know which keywords are converting to deals, now you take those keywords, and that's really where you focus those keywords on your SEO strategies to rank for those keywords. Now, there's a lot that goes into this. I mean, we've got different keyword strategies and things like that, because We Buy Houses is different than, you know, We Buy Houses St. Louis. All right, so that is different keywords, and you can see that yes, some of them are going to still advertise and come up with those keywords, but you need to know, is it We Buy Houses St. Louis converting, or is it just We Buy Houses? And there's also there's what we call long-term keywords and stuff like that, long-tail keywords. There's some really cool strategies here that you can really implement. Again, we teach this stuff at the boot camp. But let me show you how we actually help you inside of the REI Blackbook platform as well. Because you want to know how Google reads your daggum page for these keywords, right? So we buy houses St. Louis, perfect. So let's go back into REI Blackbook. I'm actually going to open up one of my websites. And so let's go take a look at one of our websites. So I've got stlrealestatesolutions.com. This is kind of a dummy site that I've built up. But let's open this up in the control panel. All right. So we're going to open up the control panel. Now the first thing I wanted you to show is obviously we got pages and blogs. Blogging is a great SEO strategy. Okay, it's a great SEO strategy because when Google indexes your site, they want to see that you're actually posting regular and consistent content. Okay, that is a total SEO strategy. So blogging is great, and you've of course got more static pages. All right, don't have enough time to really teach you the total differences here, but there are unique strategies to use a page versus a blog. But no matter what you do, let me point this out. All right, if I create a blog post, and let's just say, I've got 3 different blog posts here. I could of course come in and add a new blog post, but let's just say we're talking about 5 things to expect when meeting an investor. All right, so that could be possibly about the We Buy Houses. So that might be a good article that if they search We Buy Houses, we want to take them to. So first of all, let's actually go look at what this looks like on my website, right? So here's the website. If I go look at my blog, come in here and look at my blog post, and let's see, we've got 3 about selling, 5 things to expect when meeting an investor. So here we go. So this is the blog post. This is the blog post that we've created. And as you can see, we've actually got a little lead capture form, name, email address, the property for sale, if they want a cash offer today. That's the beauty of having web forms to drag and drop anywhere. Super, super awesome. All right. But the point of it is, I want to know how Google's going to read this. And it would be great if Google read this and said, hey, if they're searching for We Buy Houses, I want to drive them here. That'd be awesome. But I got to know how Google reads this. So let's come in here. I'm going to pop back into REI Blackbook, and I'm going to hit on our little SEO tool. So I'm going to hit on the SEO tool. Now that's going to open this blog post up, and you're going to notice we have this little SEO tool right down here. So the first thing we want to search for, we want to know We Buy Houses St. Louis. And as soon as I type in, so this is basically saying, hey, what long tail keyword phrase would you like this page to rank for? And it's instantly going to tell you, hey, look, your long tail keyword phrase was found in article heading? No. Page title? No. URL? No. Content? No. Meta description? No. It's going to tell you these are where whenever Google looks at your page, it says, hey, look, Google needs to see it in all of these areas and you don't have it anywhere. So now we can come in and we can start changing a few things. And so We Buy Houses in St. Louis in any condition, location, or price. All right, now there's a couple things I want to point out here. So first of all, this is actually how Google sees gives you a little search engine snippet preview. So the first thing I want to do is that we change our SEO title. So we want to capitalize these for sure. All right, just to look at that. And now check it out, okay? It's in the article heading, the page title, and the meta description. We Buy Houses, let's take that out. St. Louis. We Buy Houses, St. Louis in any condition, location, or price. So this actually updates the meta description, it updates the page title, and you can see that page title, yes, meta description, yes. Now it's not in the content or the URL or the article heading, okay? I can go edit the article, if you will. So the first thing I want to do really quick is I want to hit update. So I'm just going to update the page. And then I can actually launch the REI page builder. If I hit launch REI page builder, I can actually now edit the article, right? So I can actually edit the article. And whenever I edit this, I actually want to be able to change a few things, right? So if I come in here and let's start changing text editor settings, just as an example, all right? we're going to just paste that in. We buy houses in St. Louis. Save. Okay. We're actually can start changing what we call the on-page SEO ranking. So basically, if Google comes in and says, hey, you want to rank for We Buy Houses St. Louis, but you don't even reference We Buy Houses St. Louis in the article. It's not in the heading. It's not in the URL. It's not in all of these different places. Then Google's not going to think that, oh, wow, this page has everything to do with We Buy Houses in St. Louis. So I want you to know that you can actually come in and start editing your article. It does need to like read properly, okay? Just don't go in here and post We Buy St. Louis like 50 times, okay? That's not going to work. The other thing you can do is you can come up here and click on our page settings, and you can actually change a few things. All right, so there's the page title. So if I actually want to change that, I can do that. And I can check this box, and that'll actually update the URL. Remember, the URL needed to be updated as well. Okay. All right. Oh, I want to stay. Dadgummit, Damon. I did not hit save. I apologize. Let's come back in and go to our page settings. Let's see if that did save. Okay, it did save. All right, perfect. Perfect. It's saved. And then we'll reload this real quick. So now the page title has been updated. Now, once you do that, I just want to point out that it says, hey, look, your links to the site are currently being rebuilt and everything else. So that does take a couple of minutes. All right, it does take a couple of minutes for that to work. Because the URLs change, right? So we said, hey, instead of 5 things to expect in the URL, we actually wanted to change that to We Buy St. Louis, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and click here to go back, and that will be ready momentarily. But let's go back into REI Black Book. All right, let's refresh our page here. All right, so here's all of the different blog posts that we have. All of the different blog posts we have, and there's the one we said, We Buy Houses St. Louis. We changed the page title, and you can see that SEO is still just orange, okay? Just orange. So we changed a few things, but let's go back in here and let's take a look at some additional things that we're doing, okay? So there we go. It's ready, and it's going to come in and says, okay, yeah, yes, yes, yes. It's not really in the content. I don't know. You know what? I don't think I saved that page. I apologize. I put it in there. Yes, yes. Okay, so we've got all those basic elements, but I would add it to the content of the article. But then you're going to also notice we've got this little page analysis option. So if I click on this page analysis, it gives us even more information of exactly what we need to do to make this rank even better. All right. So this is what I want you guys to understand. Okay. It takes for each page on your website, you're going to want to do the SEO tool, and you're going to want to follow the recommendations here. And that's just to get it into a spot where Google recognizes and reads it properly, but it still does take, so you can imagine time, energy, effort that would take you to really build out all the unique content and SEO it properly. All right, there are firms and companies that actually can do this stuff for you, but we give you the tools and hopefully the knowledge as well here to be able to kind of try to get this started on your own as well. All right, but at the end of the day, that is whenever you ask about, hey, we just got a website built, what can we do? What should we do? Then, hey, this is where you're going to start. All right, hope that helps, and we will talk soon.